Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now,
Yes. Big up yourself here inside. Big up the whole Metric community. You know, we're always here for you lot. I tell you lot all the time, but consistency is the key. Yeah, I'm with it now. Every day I'm here for you lot, 3 times a day. So make sure you like, subscribe, the whole shebang. Do you understand? We're going to get straight into it. Obviously, Ben Jacobs came out yesterday on the terrace and spoke about the Mbeumo situation. So I'm going to get straight into that and play the video so that you lot can actually see what he's actually saying. That nothing is, you get me? You can just see exactly what he's saying. Ben Jacobs. Yeah, so that's what's going on right now. So I'm going to get straight into it. I'll play what Ben Jacobs actually said about the Mbeumo deal, and then you could just see it from there. Hold on, speaks on Mbeumo. Boom. All right, let's get straight into it.
Today, the sort of last Friday before pre-season starts. What's your latest understanding of the Mbeumo news?
Yeah, they're still in talks, and let's see what happens today or over the weekend, because Manchester United's expectation is the same, that they'd ideally like to get Bryan Mbeumo in time for when they return for pre-season on July the 7th. They're not going to be reckless or rash. It will be disciplined in the manner in which they try and get this over the line. But I think a lot was made of the rejected bid, but actually you take that 3 weeks between bid 1 and bid 2 to get it as close as possible to standing a chance of success. And when Manchester United bid number 1, they felt like it probably would be turned down, but it's starting a point when you can actually get into conversations. Then when the second bid was made, they felt actually that did stand a realistic chance of success. It was rejected, but in a very different way to the first one, because the parties immediately continued talking and finessing. And this deal is really just about the structure and the add-ons, and it's very close. And my expectation is that it gets done. Whether that's today or tomorrow, let's see. But remember, Manchester United's original expectation was to try and do the medical this week. We've still got a couple of days left, and to make sure that Mbeumo was in either for July the 7th or as close to that date as possible. And right now, it's just really about the payment structure, about the add-ons. And those add-ons are really important because Manchester United's bid was 55 million, a number in terms of the guaranteed fee relatively acceptable to Brentford, and then 7.5 million in add-ons. Couldn't you remember 62.5 million guaranteed, 3 installments because there was a release clause? So to get it to that same number, the add-ons have to be gettable, or Manchester United need to raise the guaranteed part and then maybe leave the add-ons as less gettable. And this is what's being finessed. So it's not just the number, it's the structure of the deal. And my understanding is the broad number, whether that ends up being 62.5 or 65 million, the broad number is acceptable to Brentford, but it's the structure of the deal, the payment terms, how gettable the add-ons are. And that is what they're discussing at the moment. And I'm expecting a breakthrough relatively soon.
What's your understanding of the story that was sort of surfaced in a few days ago, that during every and a lot of United fans who just want us to pay the asking price day one and not negotiate have kind of bit on this story, which is every time we go back to negotiate, Brentford essentially put the price up further. Is there any truth to that?
I don't think so. This 70 million number is not one that I've ever recognised from speaking to sources. And I think it was born out of the fact that Brentford wanted a bidding war, and shock horror immediately after Thomas Frank is appointed as the new Tottenham boss. Tottenham allegedly placed a £70 million bid, which allegedly meets Brentford's asking price. And yet, where was the acceptance if that was true? And there wasn't acceptance because my understanding is there simply wasn't a bid. Tottenham pretty strongly deny that they ever made that kind of offer. So I feel like Brentford, as you would expect in a negotiation, it's normal. It's nothing particularly surprising, trying to get the highest possible number. And to do that, they need a little bit of competitive tension. But I don't think Tottenham ever bid. We discussed this on the show a couple of weeks ago. Bryan Mbeumo only wants Manchester United, but clearly very welcome and beneficial to Brentford to be able to say, Mbeumo's old manager's now joining Spurs. Spurs are looking to strengthen in that position. It's absolutely true that Tottenham were interested in Mbeumo, but prior to Thomas Frank being appointed, Mbeumo had told all suitors that had approached him he only wanted Manchester United. So Manchester United have felt in control of this negotiation for quite some time, but they have to respect Brentford. And I don't think it's particularly abnormal or slow to go from bid 1 way off to bid 2 not that far off to bid 3 get the deal done. It's pretty much mirrored the path of Anthony Elanga to Newcastle, where they bid once, it got dismissed out of hand. They waited a little bit, they discussed it. Yesterday, they bid 55 million. It's not instantly accepted, but as of last night, advancing and very close. And second bids and third bids, when you're still at the table, are usually quite encouraging, because you know if you're still talking, even if officially they've been turned down, that's the time when you start finessing and start to say, we're not that far off. And this is where Manchester United are with Mbeumo. So I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think Manchester United remain optimistic that this deal will get done sooner rather than later.
You don't hear that, yeah? So he's basically saying, yo, it's going to happen. It was very close the second time. So this next bid has to get it more or less done because it was so close the last time already. You've heard him speak himself. He's basically said Tottenham never bidded for Mbeumo. It's never happened. It was just a made-up story that was easy to get made up from the journalists and the press. It was literally Thomas Frank has came to... Thomas Frank's gone to Tottenham. All right, how come you just make the price go up? Thomas Frank's bidded for Mbeumo, our blessed player. It's just made up. So he's basically just said that. He said that Tottenham never bidded 70 million. It never happened. So it's going to happen. But as you can see, it's just add-ons that they're dwelling on. There's bare little things in between. And Brentford's trying to squeeze out every single penny they can out of us because we're Manchester United. And this is where we've gone wrong and we've messed up in the past. So they know that we've come in, didn't ka-ching. If this was Man City or Chelsea or something, they would have probably got the deal done a long time ago because they would have known they're good negotiators. But because it's Man United, they're taking their time. But like he said, the second bid never even got rejected. It was more like a proposal put to them. And they just basically said, okay, no, we're not really with that. We need you to match the Cunha money. We bidded 55 plus 7. 55 plus 7 does not confirm they get the Cunha money. That 7 is still add-ons. Add-ons is not confirming. There's easy add-ons and there's hard add-ons. Remember that. The add-ons that we might say is Mbeumo might... if Mbeumo scores 20 goals, we'll give you 2 million. If we make Champions League, we'll give you 1 million. If Mbeumo gets Ballon d'Or top 15, we'll give you another 1 million. It could be hard add-ons. So they're trying to squeeze it out and make it a bit easier. Where it's like, if Man United finish in the top 10, give us 1 million. If Mbeumo scores 5 goals and 5 assists, you get another 1 million. You know, like easier ones. Because that's why the 55 plus 7.2, isn't enough for them. So they want some more money guaranteed. So basically, I think if we offer them 60 million and 5 million on add-ons, we'll get the job done. That's what I think will happen. Do you understand? So that's the situation with Ben Jacobs. He's just spoke. For those that didn't see the video, I just played the video just now, and he basically just said there's very much optimism. There wasn't no bid from Tottenham, and that we should get it done. Our second bid was so close. It was so close that the third bid has to basically get it done, or we have to walk away because they're just taking the piss now. So that's what Ben Jacobs said. I'll break in some more things that he spoke about as well. And this is it broken down into little pieces, basically. The first one was just what we just watched about Mbeumo. And he said the deal is really just about the structure and the add-ons is very close. Remember that. It's in capitals for a reason. It's very close. And my expectation is that it gets done, whether it's today or tomorrow, but it will get done because the second bid was so close to what they wanted that our third bid has to get it done. Do you understand? I didn't want to play a long video. There's no point doing that. If you want to watch what he really said, go on the terrace and you can watch the whole thing. So I just played the Mbeumo part, but he got into Garnacho and Rashford and he basically said, I think Manchester United are making it clear to Rashford and Garnacho right now, 40 million and not available for loan. So Barcelona keep talking about loans and all that. You're saying no loans. We're being stern. Anyone want to come and take these players, bring your money. 60 million for Garnacho. 50 million euros is what Napoli bidded in January. And we said no. He's not going for 42 million pounds. We want 60 million right now. We're staying stern. You're seeing all these Jamie Gittins, 8 goals in the Bundesliga, going for 55 million. Joe Pedro is going for 60 million basically, and he scored 10 goals, 5 penalties. Garnacho's doing his thing for his age, man. Give us our 60 million. I know we'll probably compromise because he's had the argument with Ruben, but still, we can go with a high bar in it. Let's do that. So yeah, he's basically saying Man United are making things clear to Rashford and Garnacho. You are not leaving alone. You better get your agent to sort you out a move for you to leave for the asking price that we want. We want 40 million for you, Rashford, and we want 60 million for you, Garnacho. So you, Garnacho, you're trying to be all picky. I only want to stay in the Premier League, blah, blah, blah. Go and get someone that's going to come and talk to us about this 60 million. Yeah, they'll probably drop it to 50 in the end, but we are asking for that now. Obviously, if it gets to the back end of August and it's getting like close to the 1st of September, deadline day, they'll probably just drop the price or put them out on loan. But for now, we want our money. We're not playing around. You're not seeing other teams doing loans. Everyone's coming for their money. So that's the situation. He said 25 million for Jadon Sancho is not seen as a bad price by most clubs, but they do have a shoulder to burden of that package, which is on Sancho to take a wage cut or the club to meet his demands. And I told you lot about Sancho. Every day I do this. For you lot that are new here, every day we're giving you lot the Man United news, we're showing you what's going on. So make sure you like and subscribe. And Sancho he's always, every time he's close to someone, it always falls through because of his wage. That's the situation with Sancho. So he apparently took a wage cut for Juventus yesterday. We'll see how that one turned out. Hopefully we can hear more. But that's the situation with that. And he says, Rasmus Højlund, Man United are never going to sell him permanently and make a big book loss. So basically, we want to sell Rasmus. It's been told by everyone. Laurie Whitwell came out and said it. Fabrizio said it. Ben Jacobs has said it as well. We want to sell Rasmus permanently. We ain't got time for these loans no more. These loans is over. But we don't want to make a book loss. I think his book loss is like 34 million pounds or 42 or something. So we don't want to lose money on the PSR thing. So what we're going to do is probably loan him out with an obligation or something. But right this second, we're just asking for money. Inter Milan are very much into him right now, but they want a loan. And we want a loan with an obligation that is 100%. Not no Sancho obligation where you can opt out for £5 million, a proper obligation. So that's what Ben Jacobs has basically said. I'll summarize it. He basically just said, listen, the Mbeumo deal is very close. Yeah, it's so close. The second bid was very close already. They could have accepted it, but they're just being idiots. They're trying to squeeze out every last minute. So the deal is just about the structure and the add-ons. It's very close. And my expectations is that it gets done, whether that's today or tomorrow. So that's what's going on with Mbeumo. Then he just spoke about Rashford and he said, listen, we want our 40 million. But Barcelona's talking about loans. All these teams are talking about loans. We're stern right now. We want our money. We ain't got time for all this. And Garnacho, the same thing. We need you 60 million. You're trying to sit here and say you want to play in the Prem. You want to give out all these demands. Because look, remember, we finished 15th. We want all these players to go. And they're all putting out demands. Sancho don't want to drop his wage. Rashford only wants Barcelona. Garnacho only wants to stay in the Prem. This has gone mad. Onana wants to stay. Why have they got to say, bruv? We finished 15th. Go. So that's the situation now. We got you. Someone wants you. They got to come for the money. So that's what happened with Ben Jacobs. I played you the video. I'll play it again in the end for those that missed it. But we're going to get into Fabrizio Romano now. This is what he said yesterday. Let me get into that. Hold on. Yeah.
Having many rumors on a deal getting closer between Arsenal and Sporting as of tonight. I'm told that Tonight, there are still no changes. Nothing has changed between Arsenal and Sporting for Gyökeres. There is no advanced conversation or advanced negotiation to get a deal done between clubs. We know that Gyökeres and Arsenal are in discussions, have been in discussions for weeks, because Gyökeres is one of the main targets for Arsenal this summer. But at the moment, still nothing has advanced between clubs. We know there is still this war ongoing between the agents of Gyökeres and Sporting to understand the final price of the player. And that's the point, guys. The price has to be clarified before Arsenal go to the table and try to close the deal with Sporting. So let's be patient. As of today, still nothing has changed, but Gyökeres remains a target for Arsenal, a topic for Arsenal. Then we will see how this conversation will go with Sporting. On Victor Gyökeres and Manchester United, also, guys, remember that the priority of Victor Gyökeres would be to go to Arsenal because of Champions League football, but he never rejected Manchester United. But what's the point for United? The price is really important for them, because now, as of today, their focus is on closing the Bryan Mbeumo deal as soon as possible. Man United are in the process for that. And then in terms of budget, it's going to be important to understand how much they can spend on the striker, because it's also going to be important to understand what happens with Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho. All these players have to go, and so for Man United to understand how much they will get from these players, Anthony too is going to be crucial to understand the budget for the striker. Then,
so that's the situation with, you see that, Gyökeres. Remember, people, we're relying on Arsenal to go for Sesko for us to make it with Gyökeres. Yeah, we're second fiddle right now. We finished 15th. Beggars can't be choosers. I'll take Gyökeres. I know a lot of people don't want to take him, or he's preferring Arsenal, but I will take him. So this is the situation with Gyökeres. He's basically saying Gyökeres is waiting for Sporting. Remember, he's had a problem with his Sporting president, which is like the owners. How we've got Sir Jim and the Glazers, they call them presidents. He's had a problem with the presidents. They told him, you can leave next season for 60 million euros. That's what he said to him. He now has gone out there and scored 63 goals, the most goals in the world. They've turned around and changed their mind and go, no. We've never had a verbal agreement you could leave for 60 million euros. That was Hugo Viana or something like that. Remember, Hugo Viana, he's gone to City. He's City sporting director now. So now they've switched it up on him. And what's happened is they're having beef. He's already said that he's on strike. He's not coming back for training. He's not coming back. I don't want to play for you lot no more. I gave you lot my all. I'm heartbroken. Fabrizio's tweeted about 50 times. So Gyökeres is not going back to Sporting. They've all gave him time to not go for pre-season, etc. So that's the situation with Gyökeres. And what he's basically saying is we can't do nothing yet. No one can do nothing until the Sporting president, who is the owner, comes out and says, this is how much we want for Sesko. Until that, for Sesko, I'm getting mad, for Gyökeres. Until the Sporting president comes out and says, we want 80 million euros, 70 million euros, 100, whatever, all these rumours are not true, basically. Anything you see about Gyökeres advancing to Arsenal, it's not true until you see what comes out by the Sporting president. So the Sporting president has to come out and say, all right, listen, we want 80 million for Gyökeres now. Fabrizio's probably going to tweet about it. Arsenal want Sporting want 80 million for Gyökeres or 60 mil, whatever. And then Arsenal's going to sit there, obviously now evaluate. Sesko's this. Sesko's 21. Gyökeres is 27. They want 70 million. They want 60. And then they're going to go. And then we're sitting there like second fiddle. And then it's up to us after that, what we do, because obviously if Arsenal go for Sesko, we've got a chance. If they go for Gyökeres, that's when I think all the Watkins stuff comes in. So that's the situation with Gyökeres. We're just sitting there second fiddle, and I feel like we're not trying to sit around for too long. Do you understand? I feel like we're not trying to sit around for too long. That's why we're getting linked with Watkins now, because it's like, if this drags on for about 2-3 weeks and pre-season starts on Monday, by the time that it turns around, we might end up saying, you know what, we can't even be bothered. Like, let's just go for someone else, because Gyökeres has already said he prefers Arsenal. So we might be sitting around for ages. So as soon as basically the sporting director or whatever he is, the president comes out and says the price, that's when we will know what's going on with Gyökeres, basically. So all these rumors, it's advanced, it's very close. Forget about it. It's not that close. We need to find out what the sporting president says the price is, and then Arsenal's going to evaluate. So we got to wait on Arsenal. It's a joke thing. We shouldn't even have to be in this position, but no Champions League, finish 15th. What can we do? And this is it broken down a little bit of what he said. Also in that video, I don't want to play the whole video. He basically just said Marcus Rashford's agents were informed on Matheus Cunha becoming Manchester United's new number 10 about 24 hours before. He got into that. Then he spoke about Osimhen as well, because Man United fans keep asking about Osimhen, etc. But on this thing, it's only about Napoli. They didn't really talk about Man United, but he basically said at the moment there's no breakthrough in Osimhen's future. Al Hilal and Galatasaray continue working to sign the Nigerian striker. Juventus have also made contact in recent weeks, but Al Hilal and Galatasaray remain ahead in the race. Listen, Galatasaray has got to be the only team in Europe I've seen linked with Osimhen, because nobody can afford this geezer's wage. Al Hilal put in an offer. He's refusing Al Hilal. He's saying he turned down a wage from Al Hilal. So I don't know what this geezer wants a week, $500,000. I don't know. No one knows what he wants, but I ain't seen Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, or Liverpool linked with him. No one is linked to him because his wages demands are crazy. So yeah, he's just spoke, and he spoke about Gyökeres, of course. You lot heard it. We got to wait for the sporting director. But yeah, that's more or less what he said in the video last night. This is last night's video. Yeah. And I'll get into the other stuff as well. We spoke about Rashford yesterday. He keeps telling us, listen, Luis Diaz is their plan A. That's their first guy. And then it's Rashford after. Rashford is dreaming of Barca. He went on a podcast the other day, twerking. I love Barcelona. The Spain is hot. Lamine Yamal, you want to play with the best, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if they really want him. Because look, Marcus Rashford exit decision also made on club side. Amrin don't count on him. Like, it's done. Barcelona remains Marcus Rashford's favourite option the summer window, but nothing advanced yet because they want Luis Diaz. This is the crazy thing. I'm going to get into it in a minute and show you lot some stuff. But then he basically just said there will be new contacts between Marcus Rashford and Barcelona. But Luis Diaz is the dream target, but Marcus Rashford remains a strong and concrete possibility. Then it just speaks about Amrin trying to change the culture. He wants players that want to play here and be dynamic and cohesive, but fully focused for the squad. So that's why all the freedom fighters, as he said yesterday, they're all going to leave. They've all apparently come out and said they want to leave, but I don't think they actually want to leave. I think they're kind of getting pushed out, but they're trying to like, you know what we're going to do for you lot? We're going to pull it out in the media that you don't want to leave, so it looks good on you lot. But I think Garnacho, there's no way back. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like some of these players, there's no way back. So Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, Malacia, if anyone even remembers that he plays for the club, and Sancho have all informed Man United that they wish to leave. Man United have delayed their return date until later in July. So they've got a whole month to find a club. You have to find your own club. Go out there and find one. Remember, this ain't no situation where they don't want to leave. They all want to leave because the World Cup is next year. So Rashford went to Villa because he wants to keep his momentum going. He wants to get the World Cup. Garnacho wants to stay in the Argentinian team. Anthony's in the Brazilian team. Of course he wants to stay. He went to Betis. He wants to stay in Betis. Como just came in for him. That's Cesc Fabregas' team. He said, no, I'm prioritizing Betis. He loves it there. And you got to respect that from Anthony as well. He's gone somewhere else. He's realized the Prem's not for me, mate. I can only use one leg. It's too fast. People are pressing me 24/7. La Liga's nice and slow. I like it here. Let me stay in La Liga. So he wants Betis. Garnacho wants to stay in the Prem, but we're saying we want 60 million. So you go chat to who you want to chat to. Tell them to bring us our money. Obviously, we're going to compromise. It ain't going to be 60 in the end. It might be a 45 to 50, but we want our money, bro. Do you understand? So that's the situation with him. Rashi, this came out the other day, yeah? This came out yesterday. Nico Williams has signed the deal for Athletic Club, yeah? So remember, let me look at the bottom. Look at the bottom Barca Universal one, yeah? This is on the 1st of July. The date is at the bottom, and it says, both Bayern and Barcelona have the same three players on their radar. Nico Williams, Marcus Rashford, and Luis Diaz. Then you go to the top one, which says Barcelona's alternatives to Nico Williams, because this is when Nico Williams has come out and signed the contract. So they're talking about the alternatives, and it says Luis Diaz and Marcus Rashford. But when you look at David Ornstein's one on the right side, it blatantly says to you on the 5th of June, they approached Liverpool for Luis Diaz, and they said, no, he's not for sale. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's crazy, mate. I don't understand. I don't know why they still want him. because he's not for sale. So this is what's going on. And then yesterday, Barcelona were planning a new approach for Luis Diaz. Liverpool already closed the doors to both Barca and Bayern in recent weeks. Not an easy one, because he's not for sale. Mundo Deportivo, who is very reliable for news in like Barcelona, Real Madrid, etc. And he goes and says, Luis Diaz is Barcelona's plan A and Marcus Rashford is plan B. Rashford is ready to take a pay cut to join Barca. He's very keen. Luis Diaz's signing is complicated because Liverpool do not want to negotiate. Are you not seeing what I'm seeing right now? All the articles are saying Liverpool do not want to negotiate. Liverpool already closed the doors to both Barca and Bayern. Liverpool have said he's not for sale, but they're still saying he's plan A. So what? They're not really rating Rashford, is there? They're not really rating Rashford. You know what I'm trying to say? Rashford is twerking for them. He's taking a wage cut. Rashford has informed the club that he's willing to take a pay cut in order to join. He's crazy about being a Blaugrana, whatever that is. That's probably a Barcelona thing. Marcus Rashford is awaiting a call from Barcelona. He has received other significant offers and can't wait long. Barcelona considering a loan with option. Listen to this again. Listen to this. Barca's planning a new approach. Look at Fabrizio's one, yeah? Next days for Luis Diaz. Do you think they can go to Liverpool in, let's say, a week or so? Because obviously they're going to leave it because of the Jota stuff. Rest in peace, Jota. So they'll probably leave it a week or so and then go to Liverpool, yeah? Which has already told them he's not for sale. But imagine if they go there. You think they're going to go there and opt for a loan? They're going to go and buy Luis Diaz. Do you know what I'm saying? Nico Williams was 58 million release clause. You can't loan a release clause. You was ready to buy him. 58 million in euros is 50 million pounds. Rashford is the cheapest out of the three. Rashford is 40 million pounds. He's there right now. Man United want to sell him. He wants to leave. He's 40 million pounds. You're saying he's plan B. Luis Diaz, Ornstein has told you he's not for sale. Fabrizio is telling you they've already closed the doors to Bayern and Barca in recent weeks. Not an easy deal. Mundo Deportivo is telling you it's not. Luis Diaz signing is complicated because Liverpool do not want to negotiate. How much is Luis Diaz going to be? 60 to 75 million pounds, right? Let's be real. He'll be about 65, 75, whatever. Rashford is sitting there for 40 million pounds, going on podcasts saying, I want to play for Barcelona. I want to play with the best, Lamine Yamal. And they still are not even prioritizing him where he's plan B. You see what I'm saying here? It's sad, isn't it? Like, they're not even rating him like that. And they're still prioritizing someone that's already closed the door to them. Liverpool's already said he's not for sale. Bayern Munich came in the other day as well for him, you know, and they said the same thing, he's not for sale. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. I don't understand what's going on. I big up yourself, Martin, man. I ain't forgot about you, bro. Happy birthday, my guy. Big up yourself, bro. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy, brother. It's crazy. So that's the situation with him. Let me take a few of these messages. Hopefully we get Mbeumo for pre-season. Yeah, man. Pre-season starts on Monday, our training. But I think the actual pre-season starts in about, I don't know how much days, but we start training for it on Monday. And So Hoyland, yeah, he's got to go 100%. Please, So Hoyland. soon. See, we are backing for Osimhen. Nah, we're not, man. We're not backing for Osimhen. This is the situation with Osimhen. At the moment, Galatasaray and Al Hilal are in the race, are ahead in the race. And Al Hilal have offered him a mad bag, no tax, and he turned them down. So I don't know what this guy wants. If they're leading the race still, and they offered him a bag already, and he said no, what does this geezer want? $500,000 a week or something? I don't know. But no one in Europe, apart from Galatasaray, is really linked with him. Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, and maybe Liverpool, we all need a striker, and no one ain't linked with him because his money is too crazy. Like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe. We do this every day for you lot, man. 3 times a day. All the Man United news, man. We don't miss a day, man. Man United forever, man. Make sure you subscribe, bro. You uploaded it yesterday. Yeah, you uploaded it yesterday night. You can see there, 10 o'clock. And then I'm breaking it down today, obviously. Sesko deal is over in your dream. Arsenal wants Gyökeres now before July 19th. Arsenal fan in the chat. Big up yourself, man. I hope if you don't get Gyökeres or Sesko, I don't care, mate. I want us to get Gyökeres, of course. But if we don't get him, I'm not going to cry. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Leipzig is not backing down from their fee for Sesko. Yeah, I saw that, you know. I saw that, Karma. I saw I'm seeing little reports that they want some mad money for him or something, 80 million or something. But Gyökeres as well was a mad one. The sporting guy saying he wants some mad money as well, the president. So we need to find out what exactly they want for him, even for Gyökeres, because we don't even know what they want for Gyökeres. It was reported there should be 60 million. It's crazy. Yeah, and that's the thing as well with Arsenal as well, though, isn't it? It's Gyökeres's Gyökeres, we don't know how much money he is. Sesko's on mad money, and their third choice is Watkins. He's our third choice too. This is what I'm saying. Laurie Whitwell said the other day we wanted Osimhen, but his wage is too crazy. Ruben wants Gyökeres, but obviously he's preferring Arsenal at the moment. And then it'll be Watkins. So it's all the domino effect. Once one person goes one place, you'll just see everyone start moving around. Ekitike might end up in Liverpool. It just might go bananas. Bro, you talk about old story talk about we moved on from Sesko deal. Okay, I hear that. So if you moved on, then you moved on, mate. I don't know. But like I said, no official Arsenal person has come out and said it's done. I see Sammy Mokbel came out the other day and said that things are stalling with Sesko, but no one said it's collapsed, it's over. Do you know what I'm saying? So you haven't moved on, have you? Martin Faye, happy birthday, my bro. I ain't forgot about you, man. Of course, bro. No more on Mbeumo, mate. You know what I've done? I played a video at the beginning about Mbeumo. I'm going to spin round on it because a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people probably missed it. Ben Jacobs spoke about Mbeumo. He said it's very close, but I'm going to spin round on it. Don't worry, Martin. I got you. Happy birthday as well. United fans are delusional on your dreams. He begged to come to Arsenal. He left his girlfriend for that. I allow it. I see a little video that you don't want no ties there, but come on. Of course, they've split up on probably something else. And I'll take Watkins, bro. I'll take Watkins still. I'll take him. 15 goals in the last 3 seasons in the Prem is not easy, bro. I'll take Watkins. Last result, I'll take him. We won 27 million for Anthony. He's gone. He's pushing for a move. They're all gone. I reckon they're all going to go. All the freedom fighters are going to go, yeah? All of them. But it might take long, though. This is the problem. We want to replace them now. I reckon they're all going to go, but some might go in August for loans. They might, you know, like we've played like 2-3 games already, and then they're leaving one by one. I think it's going to be a situation like that. So they're all going to go in the end. Don't worry about that. 100%. He already ditched United. Let me play. Some of you, obviously, a lot of people missed this video. I'll go back into it about Mbeumo. This is obviously the most serious thing about Mbeumo because he's our main target. We all know we're going for Mbeumo now, and then that's it. Like that's when we have to sell, and then we go for a striker. So Ben Jacobs basically spoke about the Mbeumo stuff. I'll get into it in a second, and yeah, I'll play it for you lot so you lot can see exactly what he said. You know me, I don't do no clickbait, bro. I'm here for you lot every day. I show you lot what's really going on with Man United. Whatever you lot miss, I always bring it to you lot. You understand? So we'll get into the Ben Jacobs stuff now. I'll let some of you lot see it. If you lot missed it, this is what he said.
The sort of last Friday before pre-season starts. What's your latest understanding of the Mbeumo news?
Yeah, they're still in talks, and let's see what happens today or over the weekend, because Manchester United's expectation is the same, that they'd ideally like to get Bryan Mbeumo in time for when they return for pre-season on July the 7th. They're not going to be reckless or rash. It will be disciplined in the manner in which they try and get this over the line. But I think a lot was made of the rejected bid, but actually you take that 3 weeks between bid 1 and bid 2 to get it as close as possible to standing a chance of success. And when Manchester United bid number 1, they felt like it probably would be turned down, but it's starting a point when you can actually get into conversations. Then when the second bid was made, they felt actually that did stand a realistic chance of success. It was rejected, but in a very different way to the first one, because the parties immediately continued talking and finessing. And this deal is really just about the structure and the add-ons, and it's very close. And my expectation is that it gets done. Whether that's today or tomorrow, let's see. But remember, Manchester United's original expectation was to try and do the medical this week. We've still got a couple of days left, and to make sure that Mbeumo was in either for July the 7th or as close to that date as possible. And right now, it's just really about the payment structure, about the add-ons. And those add-ons are really important because Manchester United's bid was 55 million, a number in terms of the guaranteed fee relatively acceptable to Brentford, and then 7.5 million in add-ons. Couldn't you remember 62.5 million guaranteed, 3 installments because there was a release clause? So to get it to that same number, the add-ons have to be gettable, or Manchester United need to raise the guaranteed part and then maybe leave the add-ons as less gettable. And this is what's being finessed. So it's not just the number, it's the structure of the deal. And my understanding is the broad number, whether that ends up being 62.5 or 65 million, the broad number is acceptable to Brentford, but it's the structure of the deal, the payment terms, how gettable the add-ons are. And that is what they're discussing at the moment. And I'm expecting a breakthrough relatively soon.
What's your understanding of the story that was sort of surfaced in a few days ago that during every and a lot of United fans who just want us to pay the asking price day one and not negotiate have kind of bit on this story, which is every time we go back to negotiate, Brentford essentially put the price up further. Is there any truth to that?
I don't think so. This 70 million number is not one that I've ever recognised from speaking to sources. And I think it was born out of the fact that Brentford wanted a bidding war, and shock horror immediately after Thomas Frank is appointed as the new Tottenham boss. Tottenham allegedly placed a £70 million bid, which allegedly meets Brentford's asking price. And yet, where was the acceptance if that was true? And there wasn't acceptance because my understanding is there simply wasn't a bid. Tottenham pretty strongly deny that they ever made that kind of offer. So I feel like Brentford, as you would expect in a negotiation, it's normal. It's nothing particularly surprising, trying to get the highest possible number. And to do that, they need a little bit of competitive tension. But I don't think Tottenham ever bid. We discussed this on the show a couple of weeks ago. Bryan Mbeumo only wants Manchester United, but clearly very welcome and beneficial to Brentford to be able to say, Mbeumo's old manager's now joining Spurs. Spurs are looking to strengthen in that position. It's absolutely true that Tottenham were interested in Mbeumo, but prior to Thomas Frank being appointed, Mbeumo had told all suitors that had approached him he only wanted Manchester United. So Manchester United have felt in control of this negotiation for quite some time, but they have to respect Brentford. And I don't think it's particularly abnormal or slow to go from bid 1 way off to bid 2 not that far off to bid 3 get the deal done. It's pretty much mirrored the path of Anthony Elanga to Newcastle, where they bid once, it got dismissed out of hand. They waited a little bit, they discussed it. Yesterday, they bid 55 million. It's not instantly accepted, but as of last night, advancing and very close. And second bids and third bids, when you're still at the table, are usually quite encouraging, because you know if you're still talking, even if officially they've been turned down, that's the time when you start finessing and start to say, we're not that far off. And this is where Manchester United are with Mbeumo. So I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think Manchester United remain optimistic that this deal will get done sooner rather than later.
You hear that? So it's going to get done, man. It's very close. And to summarize it all up, basically, listen, Tottenham never bid 70 million. They literally just, Brentford have played the game. Thomas Frank's gone over there. You know what we can do to make it go mad? This is Manchester United that overpay for everyone. Let's put a rumour out. Tottenham's bid is 70 million so that they match the price. Because if Tottenham bid is 70 million, why have they not accepted this 70 million then? Why are they haggling over 2-3 million? We've only bid 62.5 in total, 55 plus 7. So there was no Tottenham bid. It's gas. He's saying it's very close. And our second bid was so close that they could have really accepted it. So our third bid has to get accepted. I don't know why it's taking so long. We don't know. But they were being kind of petty at first. Like they were talking about the Tottenham bid. Oh, Tottenham's bid is 70 million. Oh, we want Cunha money. We've gave them Cunha money. Now they're turning around saying we want more than Cunha because he scored more goals than Cunha, blah, blah, blah. It's just gone bananas. This is the situation with Mbeumo. He's broke it down and basically said, listen, these things happen. It's just like Newcastle and Elanga that got rejected about a week ago. You've got to go through certain things and change the structure, etc., and then it will go through. Don't worry about it type of thing. So, yeah, man, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. I think we'll get it done. They just want more money up front, innit? We gave them 55 million plus 7. That 7 is not guaranteed. When you not see add-ons is not guaranteed. It could be anything. So when every time Man United go out and do a signing, they add up all the add-ons. We paid 100 million for this geezer. Like, it's never guaranteed. It's the actual fixed fee that's guaranteed. We've offered them 55 plus 7. They're not happy with that. They want 60 guaranteed. Really, they said 62 Cunha money, but I reckon if we offer them 60 million guaranteed, you're going to get that 60 million, and then add-ons is 5 million, then that 5 is not 100% in it. You don't know what's going to happen with that 5. The add-ons could be hard. It could be, he's got to win a Ballon d'Or. He's got to score 20 goals before we give you 2 million. Or basically, if he fulfills the add-ons, then we will be happy as well. That means he's had an amazing season. That's what add-ons more or less are. There's easy add-ons and hard add-ons. If he achieves all the add-ons, and we have to pay Brentford the extra 5-6 million, whatever we put on it, that means Mbeumo's season has been so crazy that everyone's happy. We're happy, they're getting their money, etc. So that's the situation with that. Then he basically broke it down and spoke about other things. I don't want to play the whole video when you could just go and watch it. Do you know what I mean? And he basically, like, with the Mbeumo, he broke it down and said the deal is really just about the structure, the add-ons, and it's very close. And my expectation is that it gets done, whether that's today or tomorrow. So it's any day now. We're just literally in the business end of it. We just got to wait to see what happens. It's close. He spoke about Rashford and Garnacho and said, we're not budging right now with some loan talks. Maybe at the end of August, when it's close to the deadline day, we'll go and budge on a loan talk or something. But no, we want our money right now. We want our 60 million for you, Garnacho. You said you want to stay in the Prem. Prem teams have got money. We want 60 million. So you make your agent go and put some work in if you really want this move. And you, Rashford, we want 40 million. No loans. And this is the situation with Rashford. This is why I keep saying I feel like he's not really getting rated like that because he's twerking for Barca. He really, really wants Barca. He's put everything out there on the table about Barca. He wants them. He's going on Spanish podcasts. Says, I want to play with them, Lamine Yamal. And they don't really want him. They don't really rate him. And when you see that Nico Williams is gone and Luis Diaz is not for sale, this should be the easiest deal in the world right now. Rashford to Barcelona should be the easiest deal in the world. On the 1st of July, look at the bottom one. That was their shortlist. It was both Bayern and Barca have got the same 3 names on their shortlist. Luis Diaz, Nico Williams, and Marcus Rashford. Skip to yesterday. Nico Williams wakes up and says, I'm signing a new deal with Athletic Club. Straight away after that, go to the top one, which says Barca Universal. That's their new shortlist. It's Luis Diaz or Rashford. But listen to this. Luis Diaz, they've already approached him on the 5th of June. The date is there at the bottom. Have a look. David Ornstein. And they said he's not for sale. So how can you still be chasing someone that is not for sale when Rashford is just there, sitting there, and he's 40 million as well? He's cheaper. 58 million euros is 50 million pounds. Luis Diaz is going to be about 60 to 75 million. Rashford is 40 million pounds, cheaper than all 3 of them. He's the only one available now. He wants to come. Man United want it to happen, and they're still stalling to go for him. It's still mad. But even after all of that, Ornstein's come out in June and said they've approached Liverpool already, and they've said he's not for sale. They're planning on going back. You can't make this up. They're planning on going back to a closed door. Liverpool already closed the door on both Barca and Bayern for Luis Diaz. He's not for sale. And they're not giving up. They're saying it's not an easy one. We're still going to go for it. Mundo Deportivo, very reliable for Barcelona news. Luis Diaz is plan A. Rashford is plan B. Rashford is ready to take a pay cut and he's very keen to join him. Luis Diaz signing is complicated because why? Liverpool does not want to negotiate. So you got 3 journalists coming out and saying Liverpool do not want to negotiate for Luis Diaz, and they're still sitting there and saying he's plan A. We don't care. You've already approached them and said we want him. They said no. This is what I'm saying. They're not really rating Rashford, man. They don't really want him. That's the easiest thing you can see. He's taking a pay cut as well. He's taking a pay cut. He's ready right now. He's the cheapest out of the 3. And you're still saying, I'm going to go for someone that we've been chasing that doesn't want us. Or not even doesn't want us because we don't know what Luis Diaz wants, but Liverpool are saying he's not for sale. I remember this one might end up dragging out now because obviously rest in peace, Jota. Diogo Jota just died. So you can't go to Liverpool anytime soon. We're talking about transfers. They got stuff to deal with. They got funeral. You know what I'm saying? So this might take like 3 weeks to a month. So we might have Rashford just sitting around waiting for this deal to happen. Obviously, Bayern Munich's there. They need someone on the left. Leroy Sané has gone to Galatasaray. So they need someone. So Bayern Munich might come in for him. But now that the door looks open, and remember, if we can see this, Rashford can see this. He might be thinking, yeah, Luis Diaz ain't for sale. I'm next. So he might say, I'm just going to wait to the end of the transfer window. So it's a bit sad to see that it's ended up like this for Rashford, where they don't really want him. Let's be real. Like, you can see what's going on. Like, they're not prioritizing him because everything is in the box seat for him to go there. He's taking a wage cut. He's 40 million. Luis Diaz is 75 and not for sale. And they're still saying, that's our plan A. We still want him. It's crazy, bro. So that's the situation with that. Fabrizio came out and spoke a little bit. He spoke about, did he speak about Mbeumo? He just spoke, no, he didn't really speak about Mbeumo. He spoke about Rashford's agents were informed about Matheus Cunha becoming United's new number 10 24 hours before. He spoke about Osimhen, because everyone always talks about, are we linked with Osimhen? Someone even put it in the chat. So I don't think we're linked with Osimhen no more. It's basically Al Hilal and Galatasaray. They're ahead in the race. Do you understand? Obviously, Galatasaray's got a little link with him. And one thing as well is these Turkish clubs have got a lot of money on wages now, innit? Because Duran's gone to Fenerbahce for money. You get it? Remember, they're playing 310k or something like that a week. So I don't know, bruv. It just sounds mad. It just sounds crazy, bruv. But that's the situation with Mbeumo. Not Mbeumo, sorry. Cunha, obviously you know about the 10. Osimhen, we're not in the race. Let's stop talking about Osimhen. Like, it's not going to happen. No English club is in the race. He's turning out Saudi money. Chelsea want a striker. Arsenal, United, and Liverpool. No one is linked with him because he's the money he wants is crazy. You can't turn down Al Hilal money and still be here. So you know what he's on. Gyökeres, he basically just broke down and said in a video. This video is a bit quicker still. I might even play it quickly so you can see. But he basically just said in the video that, listen, let me just play it for you quickly in case you missed it. I'll play it for you quickly.
We are having many rumors on a deal getting closer between Arsenal and Sporting as of tonight. I'm told that tonight there are still no changes. Nothing has changed between Arsenal and Sporting for Gyökeres. There is no advanced conversation or advanced negotiation to get a deal done between clubs. We know that Gyökeres and Arsenal are in discussions, have been in discussions for weeks, because Gyökeres is one of the main targets for Arsenal this summer. But at the moment, still nothing has advanced between clubs. We know there is still this war ongoing between the agents of Gyökeres and Sporting to understand the final price of the player. And that's the point, guys. The price has to be clarified before Arsenal go to the table and try to close the deal with Sporting. So let's be patient. As of today, still nothing has changed. But Gyökeres remains a target for Arsenal, a topic for Arsenal. Then we will see how this conversation will go with Sporting. On Victor Gyökeres and Manchester United, also, guys, remember that the priority of Victor Gyökeres would be to go to Arsenal because of Champions League football, but he never rejected Manchester United. But what's the point for United? The price is really important for them, because now, as of today, their focus is on closing the Bryan Mbeumo deal as soon as possible. Man United are in the process for that. And then in terms of budget, it's going to be important to understand how much they can spend on the striker, because it's also going to be important to understand what happens with Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho. All these players have to go. And so for Man United to understand how much they will get from these players, Anthony too is going to be crucial to understand the budget for the striker. Then
literally, that's all he said about it. So he just said basically the same thing that we've been hearing. Mbeumo is the priority. As soon as Mbeumo is done, that's when we have to do sales. So as soon as Mbeumo is done, we got to sell a few of these players, and then we can buy a striker. Like I said, Gyökeres has nothing changed. It's all about the money. When the sporting president, remember how we got owners here? We've got owners, right? We've got Sir Jim, Glazers, etc. They call that president over there. They don't call them owners. So the sporting president's got war with Gyökeres right now. Gyökeres has said, I'm on strike. I'm not coming back. I want an exit pack, blah, blah, blah. They're in beef. So when the sporting president wakes up his mind and goes, you know what? I'm actually going to sell him for 60. I feel sorry for him. What he wants, 60. Or he says, no, fuck that. I'm not selling him for 60. This geezer scored the most goals in the world. I'm going to sell him for 80 million or 90. That's when Arsenal will know and say, all right, cool. We got Sesko there, Gyökeres. What should we do? The finances. What makes the most sense? Because remember, you got agent fees as well. Gyökeres is 27. Sesko's 21. What? It's different wages. You're correct. You remember Arsenal have got Martinelli on 180, Jesus on 250, Havertz on 280. So if you take in Gyökeres on that's 27-year-old, meant to be the main striker, he's gonna want a 250 minimum. But if you got Sesko as a project striker, I don't know what he's on, but he must be on something light. You can maybe, you know, put him on something different. So they're gonna look at all the financials, break it all down, what makes sense, and then obviously they're gonna make up their mind and then wear second fiddle. That's why I think we'll give it a few weeks because we need to sell anyway. So if we wrap up Mbeumo, we'll give it a few weeks. Like, let's try to sell some players. Once we've sold our players, if Arsenal still ain't made up their mind or the sporting president still moving along with the price, then I think we'll just turn around and go for someone else like Watkins or something. But I think until then, it's like, let's just see what happens. We'll wait it out because we never know. Arsenal could go for Sesko. Arsenal might leave both of them and go for Watkins. We don't know what's going to happen. Arsenal could go for Gyökeres, whatever. But if nothing happens within the next 2-3 weeks, I reckon we'll just wake up. And we've sold players, obviously. If nothing happens in the next 2-3 weeks and we've sold players and we've got the money, I reckon we'll just make a move. But I reckon for now, it's like, all right, let's just leave it and see what happens. So that's the situation with Fabrizio, what he said about that. He spoke about the freedom fighters, of course. He said they all go in, all 5 of them, the Magic 5. I just told you that about Barca. They don't rate Rashford like that. Sad to see. They want Luis Diaz, even though he's turned them down. Like, even though it's been said he's not for sale. And then, cool, we'll get into more news. Ndidi, we linked with him yesterday. 5 million deal. What do you lot think about Ndidi for 5 million? I think he's past his prime years. He was that guy about 3-4 years ago, but 5 million ain't the worst deal in the world. Do you know what I mean? He's 28 years old. He just got relegated with Leicester. But I don't know. What do you lot think about him? Because I don't know about this one. Like, it just doesn't. What can you think about it? You know what I'm saying? But he's 5 million. He's got Premier League experience. I wouldn't mind him on the bench, but it's like what we've been doing recently is we've been buying players that go straight in the team and kick the team out to the bench. Indeed, he doesn't kick no one out of the starting 11. He goes straight to the bench. That's why it's a bit like, So, you know what I'm saying? Cunha and Mbeumo start. So whoever was starting before, Garnacho, Mount, whoever it was, you're kicked out. You're on the bench now. So that's what we've been doing. The striker that's going to come in, he kicks out the striker that starts now. So we've been buying for the 11. So to get someone like Ndidi, it's like you're just getting someone that's going to sit on the bench. But I don't know. Obviously, Casemiro leaves for free next season. I know they're probably going to go big for a midfielder next season. So, yeah, you get it. We'll see, innit? We're linked with Fratesi. This is from Tutto Mercato Web. He's obviously a bit reliable for Italian news. He spoke about the Sancho stuff a lot. And he's basically saying there's no official bid yet. It's an early stage. Inter's price has dropped from 50 million euros to 35. Listen, every time I've watched Inter, he's been a passenger. He's never stood out that I'm like, rah, this key's just cold. When I'm watching Inter, all I pay attention on is really Barella and the strikers and the wing-backs, Dumfries and DeMarco. I don't really see much from him, so I don't know if he's good or not, but he can't be nothing too mad because his name doesn't ring. So it is what it is, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with that. We'll see. And then we're linked with this keeper. We're heavily linked with him, though. This is the mad thing. You know, sometimes you get a little link. You see, like now, we got a link about Fratesi. We don't get that link. We ain't going to get that link again probably for another month, unless it's true, of course. See this geezer? We got linked with him yesterday 4 times by 4 different journalists, John Victor. And we got linked to him again about 2 weeks ago. So I think there's something brewing with this geezer. Man, United are seeking the signing of John Victor. United are willing to pay around 10 million to close an agreement with Botafogo, which is a Brazilian team or something. And it was playing in the Palmeiras it got kicked out by Palmeiras in the Club World Cup. So that was yesterday. That came out at 4:00. But all of these came out before, and they're all different journalist sources, different ones. When that tends to happen, since I started doing this, what I'm doing now, when I pre-order like journalists, etc., when you get like 4 different reports from the same place, it's a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes there's truth in it, if you know what I'm trying to say. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not. But I reckon he will be a Bayern replacement. Even when you look at his price, let me read it out. Man United have once again shown interest in signing Botafogo goalkeeper John Victor and have renewed talks about the player. A United representative was present at Botafogo's game against Palmeiras. That's the last game they played when they got kicked out. Even the goal they conceded, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't a stinker or nothing. It just deflected and went in. So I didn't watch him properly, so I don't know if he's good or not. But 5.8 million ain't the worst. But listen to this. When Bryan Mbeumo came in, he was 4 million. And I was like, yeah, man, 4 million, that's cool, man. That's not that bad. Look at Bryan Mbeumo, how shit he is. He is 4 million. He literally is a £4 million keeper. So I'm not looking at price anymore and saying, he's only 4. Nah, mate. He's 5.8. He might be better than Bryan Mbeumo. Who knows? He might be better than Onana. It might be a thing where we get Bryan Mbeumo out, bring him in, and then slowly just get him up the ladder. Do you understand? But that's 4 different journalists that all came out, predominantly in Brazil, and they all said the same thing. 5.8 million, he has a release clause. United spoke to they scouted him, his agents, the goalkeeper's entourage has even spoke about it. So something seems like it's brewing with this one. I don't know what it is, but something is definitely brewing in the background. I've never seen nothing of him. If anyone's seen anything about John Victor, let me know, because I don't know nothing about John Victor. And yeah, like, obviously I'll take him because I'll take anything right now. Like, our goalkeeping situation is crazy. We got Tom Heaton as third, Bryan Mbeumo as second, and then we got Onana. And Onana and Bryan Mbeumo are probably the 2 terrible keepers I've seen. So that's the situation with that. With John Victor, we'll see what happens today. If anything brews, I'm going to be on later. And then we had the Freedom Fighter. The Freedom Fighter, obviously, it came out yesterday that a swap deal got proposed, right? With Douglas Luiz, Man United are open, but we want our 25 million. Everyone knows we want 25 million for Sancho. He's basically got a release clause. So Juventus have proposed a swap deal to Man United, Sancho to Juventus, Douglas Luiz to Man United. Sancho has only Juventus in his mind and is willing to take a pay cut. Sancho can only have Juventus on his mind because Napoli wanted him. He didn't want to take a pay cut then. Fenerbahce wanted him. He spoke to Jose Mourinho on the phone, but he didn't want to leave the top 5 leagues. Chelsea wanted him. He didn't want to take a pay cut. So, of course, he can only have Juventus in his mind now because he's realizing I'm running out of options. I have to take a pay cut now. And maybe he's got some aspirations now for the World Cup next year because he definitely did it before. So, anyways, Man United are open to the swap deal. 30 million euros for Sancho is what we want, but we're open to the swap deal. And then it basically just repeats it again. And it says Man United are considering it. And then basically Fabrizio came out the day before yesterday and said, listen, Juventus' position has not changed. They cannot cover Jadon Sancho's full salary. So if there's no change in salary expectations, it'll be difficult. So obviously he said that the day before, and then yesterday he said that he took a pay cut. So we don't know what's going on with it. Sancho might have took a pay cut and then now they're close, etc. I've got no problem with this deal happening. I've got no problem with us taking the money or Douglas Luiz coming. Remember, we don't really care about the money with Sancho. If they can let him go for free, they'll let him go for free. It's about his wages. He's meant to be on like 275 to 300. I think it's 300, but it dropped down to 275 because of Champions League a week. That is $1 million a month for someone that ain't playing, someone that's not trusted, and someone that we don't want. The geezer on the Freedom Post, that Freedom Post killed him. He can never go Old Trafford again. He's going to get slated. So he's got to go. It's not going to work out. But Douglas Luiz is a baller. He was playing for Aston Villa. He was doing well. I don't know why he made the move to went there. Made the move. But listen to this. This is what kills everything. And this is the killer of this whole thing with Douglas Luiz. Because I like him. But the only thing that is putting me off this deal is his injury record at Juventus. That is crazy. The geezer's missed 20 games injured and 100 days he's been injured in Juventus. And let me tell you something, if you lot are not clocking what's going on here. Juventus is in Italy. Italy is the slowest league, one of the slowest leagues. Obviously, there's America, MLS, and whatever. But Italy is one of the slowest leagues. It's got 37, 38-year-old defenders still there. It's known to be slow. Do you understand? Look at when all the defenders retire. All Cellini, and they all retire very late over there. It's a slow league. If your body is breaking down like that in 1 year in one of the slow leagues, what is going to happen when you come to the Prem? And you're getting pressed at 100 miles per hour every minute. Everyone's running at you. Every time you got the ball, you've got to be running back. And Amrin's whole system is intensity, which we're going to have to see this season. His whole system is meant to be intensity athletes, runners. Do you understand? So think about it, mate. We've already got Mason Mount. We've already got Luke Shaw. We can't have another player that's coming in and being injury prone, especially this year, because you've got to remember something. And Mbeumo, hopefully, Ahmad, Onana, and Mazraoui are all going on AFCON in December. So if they all go on AFCON in December, do the maths. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to need as much players we can to come and fill the gaps. If Mbeumo leaves to go AFCON, in them 10 positions, we need Mason Mount to slip in there and there. We need, if we get Douglas Luiz, we'll need him in there. Ahmad might go from right wing back. We need Dalot to come in. Like, we need these players to be ready. We can't get a player that this has happened in 1 year. This is not like in the space of 2-3 years. Usually when you see something like this, it'll be like 2024, 2022, 2022. This is all in the same season. 20 games missed. Come on, man. This is crazy, mate. This is crazy. This is my only problem with Douglas Luiz. And apparently he had a bad season anyway. That's what a lot of people are saying, but I didn't see that. I don't watch the Italian league like that. But what I'm saying is, you can't be breaking down like this in the Italian league and then come to the Prem, which is the most physical, the most attacking. Remember, it's physical already. Let's not even talk about the pressing and that. The physicality already. Someone could just bump into a certain place and then bam, your muscle just, who knows? You get what I'm trying to say to you? So that's the situation with Douglas Luiz. That's my only situation with him. And remember, we didn't do our due diligence with Mason Mount when we bought him. He had little injuries already. I mean, and we didn't do that due diligence. And we bought Mason Mount, and now we're stuck with him, and he's always injured. That this season is his do or die. He's been here for a few seasons now, Mason Mount, and we ain't even been. We wouldn't even think that he's been here for that long. That this season for Mason Mount is do or die because he's been injured for so much. He's been a passenger. Now you got to come off the bench or whatever you're going to be doing, because he might not be starting with Cunha and hopefully in Mbeumo, but come off the bench, do what you need to do, make an impact, get us back where we need to be. So we can't be having injury players, man. I don't know about Douglas Luiz. Just because of this article, this is what puts me off Douglas Luiz. So that's the situation. When they go for a field, listen, you lot are not hitting up the likes. How there 200 of you lot in there and you're not hitting up the likes? We're doing this for you lot every day, giving you lot all the Man United news. Make sure you hit the likes up, man. You subscribe, man. Come on, man. Free content for you lot, man. We're just out here giving you lot everything every day. So that's the situation with that. You're getting Watkins. I wouldn't mind Watkins. I'll take him. Echo. There's no echo. There's no echo. The metric community. You must be new to the metric community, mate. Yeah? What's up with the echo? Mate, the metric community would have told me straight away, within 2 minutes, if there was an echo. Literally. This is a different community here, mate. I want Mars to play the second. Yeah, he has to go. He has to make the move then, Rashford. And it doesn't seem like he's making the move. And they're not prioritizing him, mate. Do you understand? They want Luis Diaz. Even though that the door is closed for Luis Diaz and Liverpool is saying that he's not for sale, Liverpool are saying he's not for sale. David Ornstein's reported it. Fabrizio's reporting it. And Mondo Deportivo's reported it. They've all said the same thing. He's not for sale. That's on the 5th of June that David Ornstein said it. The first time. Liverpool rebuff Barcelona's approach to discuss signing Luis Diaz. Barcelona made contact yesterday, but Liverpool clear, not for sale. That's on the 5th of June, yeah? A month later, they literally still want him. Fabrizio saying Liverpool already closed the door to both Bayern and Barcelona in recent weeks. Not an easy one. He's not for sale. Mondo Deportivo, proper and reliable for Barcelona news. Rashford is ready to take a pay cut, but Luis Diaz signing is complicated because Liverpool do not want to negotiate. So how are you going to get to the World Cup if you're just going to sit here and wait for this team to come for you, but they're chasing a geezer that is not even for sale, and you're their plan B? This is the easiest deal. This should be this should be done today. If they wanted Rashford, this will be done so easy. Rashford's took a pay cut. He was on 325k, I think it was. Was it? Or 300k? Whatever he is anyway. He's on 300 something k. He's taking a pay cut. He's ready to go now. He's ready to leave. Man United want to sell him. They've said the asking price is 40 million. It's the easiest deal ever. But they're saying, no, we'll rather go and pay 50 million for Nico Williams. Remember, 58 million euros is 50 million. For Nico Williams, he's turned them down and took his thing. And then now you're saying, nah, we're going back for Luis Diaz. He's going to cost about 65 to 75 million in this market. So you're saying we don't even want the cheaper option because we don't really rate him. He's taking a pay cut. He's twerking. He's getting on interviews in Spain. He went on a podcast thing in Spain, and they're still like, we're going to wait for Luis Diaz. And remember, Rashford's might have to wait for a little bit now. Like I said to you, rest in peace, Jota, because they can't approach Liverpool yet. It might take a few weeks for them to approach Liverpool. So Liverpool's already closed the door for both Barca and Bayern in recent weeks. Not an easy one. Liverpool signing, Luis Diaz signing is complicated because Liverpool do not want to negotiate. So they've already turned you down, yeah? Remember, what day was it? The 5th of June. This is when David Ornstein said about it. They've said he's not for sale. They're turning around and saying we're going to go back in for him. Imagine Liverpool, just the Jota stuff and all of that as well. And then you're going back to them trying to ask for this guy that we've already told you he's not for sale. You might even piss them off. These guys are moving. They're moving crazy, bro. Just go for Rashford. He's there. He's your plan B, but he's ready now. Jokers. Good morning, Metch. We told come on best teams. What do you mean? Time go off it. Oh, go offer yourself. Yeah, they need to go, man. So the freedom fighters have been sidelined. We need to start the season. Bro, the freedom fighters all need to go. That's the freedom fighters there. Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, Terrell Malacia, and the freedom man himself, Jadon Mandela Sancho. They've all been informed Manchester United they wish to leave. I think it's being put to the press on a good thing for them, like they want to leave. But I think really we've said, yo, you're not coming pre-season. You've got to go. Go find a club. Do you know what I mean? There's no way they've just all gone in there and said we want to leave. Like, if they could play still, they'll play. Rios. You know what's crazy about Rios? Everyone's talking about him. He had a good game yesterday, etc. But we ain't been linked with him. No source. I haven't seen no source linked to us with him in the last 2-3 days. We've had little links there and there. But like I said, I do this every day. So it's more Inter Milan. I'll bring up the article about Rios in a minute, but it's more Inter Milan that's linked with Rios, you know. It's Inter Milan that's linked with him. Inter Milan are looking for him. I think West Ham's on that list as well. And Tottenham. They're more linked with him. Fabrizio came out and spoke about it. I'm going to get it up in a second. Don't worry. Want Marcus Rashford to play World Cup, experience needed. How's he going to play the World Cup if he doesn't get his move, though? He might as well just go Bayern Munich, man. They need him now. Need it for us. Rios would be a good guy if we can get him, but these transfers are too crazy. That will make a bid. Yeah, I can't see us. I haven't seen no one solidified link us to Rios. It's just been like 1-2 times, like there and there. Do you get it? It's been no one solidified. Rashford, Anthony, Sancho's already ditched Man U. We've already ditched them, really. Bayern Munich property now, full move there. Yeah, they've sold Leroy Sané, and Sané was on a big wage as well. They've let him go, so they've got a spot there on their left wing. Even today, I just see the what's it called? The predicted lineup. They're predicting Coleman. Coleman is still playing there. Coleman, he gets injured every week. This is what I'm saying. They need a winger there. For Elise's on the right, Kane up top, they need Coleman. My Manchester United, you know, I love you, know. Every day you come in there and you always say it. Metch here bringing you lot the news. Make sure you lot hit the like button. Make sure you lot subscribe, man. We do that for you lot every day, man. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Every day we're here doing this for you lot. Matchday vlogs as well when the games come back. All the Matchday vlogs, match previews, match reviews, everything. Right now, we're killing all the transfer news. We're letting you lot know what's going on. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. It's free, man. Just do it, man. Come on, man. David Ornstein, Ben Jacobs talks, but I said third bid might go after first. So, yeah. No. Scanning before this, so we don't need money for the third bid. We don't need money. Rios will be a Man United player next season. I've not seen nothing about Rios. I see nothing about him. We want him. It's more the fans are asking for it. 20 million, but we're getting linked with him there and there, but not really. I'll be real with you. It's Inter Milan. I'm going to show you lot something in a second about Inter Milan. They're more linked with him. Let me show you something about the links about Rios, because everyone keeps asking about him, yeah? Let me show you what's really going on with him. So, yeah, that's the situation with that, man. They don't want Rashford, man. This is sad, man. They really don't want him. Where's Rios? Have I got the situation? Oh, I haven't got it anymore. But basically, Inter Milan are linked with Rios. It's Inter Milan that's gone in for him. They've just turned around and gone, you know what, we're going to go for him. So Inter Milan have gone in for Rios, and it says that West Ham and Tottenham are linked as well. We're not linked with Rios, which is crazy. 65.3 million, hopefully after sell goes in. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. 60 million up front and a 5 million extra. That should be able to do it. 35 million. Yeah. Even Rashi, I don't think we'll even get the 40 mil. Because it's coming. Remember, everything that happens with Man United comes out in the news, innit? We've had an argument with this. And it's been happening for a few years. Ten Hag, Sancho, Garnacho's like tweets about the manager. Ronaldo. It's always Man United. It's in the press. We hear about it. Garnacho had that thing with Ruben in training, and we know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these other teams are probably having their situations where they fell out or whatever, but no one knows. It's not getting leaked. It's just Man United, bruv. We're just crazy, man. Spaniards are dumb. Bruv, they're moving dumb. And this is what you're talking. I know, I'm guessing you're talking about this, Sammy, yeah? That they want Luis Diaz, even though Luis Diaz ain't for sale, and it's been said over 50 times he's not for sale, and it's a hard deal, and they still want Luis Diaz. He's still plan A, even though it's being said that he's not for sale. I don't understand it. But it just shows how much they don't really rate Rashford. That's the scary thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because it's the easiest deal to do. The guy's done a pay cut. He's very keen. He's twerking on podcasts. Says, I want to come to Barcelona. I want to play with the best. Liverpool's already closed the door to Barca and Bayern. Mondo saying, listen, Luis Diaz signing is complicated because Liverpool do not want to negotiate. That was yesterday. And then a month ago, on the 5th of June, Liverpool rebuffed Barcelona's approach to discuss Luis Diaz. Liverpool clear, not for sale. So they've already told you that, and you still want him. Of course, you're an idiot, bruv. You're an idiot. Just go for the geezer. That's your plan B. He's ready. He's cheaper. But that's just showing us they don't rate him. So that's scary. Because, look, they might not go for Luis Diaz, and then they might just spawn someone out of nowhere now. They might just go, you know what? Let's go for Rafael Leao or someone else. Because the Rashi deal is there. It's so easy to do. 40 million, he's ready now. He's for sale, and they don't want to do it. So I don't know, mate. I don't know. I would prefer Osimhen than Gyökeres because it's more complete strike. 100%. Matthew, I say this all the time, brother. Osimhen, area league, score headers, everything. Gyökeres ain't good with his head. He wins aerial duels, but he don't score goals with him. So Osimhen's more of a bully. Scores goals, left, foot, right foot, headers. I would prefer Osimhen. Body defender. Gyökeres, he scored 63 goals, and people are still saying, I don't know what he's going to do. Is he going to do it in the Prem? No one ain't saying that about Osimhen. Everyone knows he's going to score goals. Normal. I love Rashford. You love Rashford, innit? 5 million for a squad player. Bad. All right, you talk about Ndidi. Yeah? Let me show you what he's talking about. He's talking about Ndidi. Obviously, it's come out that we were in for Ndidi. That's from Ben Jacobs. You know Ben Jacobs reliable. He basically said Man United and Everton are working on a 5 million deal to sign Wilfred Ndidi. What do you not think about that? I think, like you said, 5 million for a squad player ain't bad. He's done it in the Prem already. He's been there. If we signed him 3-4 years ago where he was in his prime, it would be way better, of course. But I think he's just a backup. And that's why it's a bit of a weird one, because it's like right now we've been making signings to go straight in the Prem, or we buy gems. It's one or the other. We don't buy no 18 to 25. We don't buy no 18 to 22-year-olds like Chelsea. We literally buy under 18 gems, or we go for someone in their prime now. That's what we've been doing. So it's like, it's weird, isn't it? That we're even going for Indeed. He's 28, but I don't know. Ben Jacobs just said that we're looking at it. Everton, he goes straight into that team. That's the difference. For Everton, he starts for them. For us, there's no one. He's not kicking no one out of the team. And Mbeumo and Konya kick people out of the team straight away. So, yeah, 5 million for a squad player ain't the worst. So, Temesgen, my guy, always coming in here with a mad FIFA list. Osimhen, Dumfries, Edison, Martinez, Fermin Lopez to United is better. This guy's a madman. Ollie Watkins and Konya. I'll take Ollie Watkins still. 15 league goals in the Prem, 3 seasons in a row ain't easy, bro. That's not easy. That's his stats. I'll pull it up as well for you, lot. That's not easy. I'll be real. Bryan Mbeumo, Ollie Watkins in. Yeah, you lot are rating Watkins, innit? 200 of you in there. Let's run the likes and subscribes. Come on, man. It's like people are scared to hit the like button and all that, man. And subscribe, man. Man's doing this for you like every day, bro. United. You know us, man. We're coming out here with all the news. We don't miss a thing. Trust me. So make sure you lot all like and subscribe, man. Glad Man United, Manchester. This guy loves Rashford. Lucky you're different. You're different. They're different. You're different. You're different. You're different. You're different. Man, you didn't just buy Mason Mount. United shelled out 80 million. Now, 65, but I know what you're saying, though. It probably adds up to 80 million add-ons. You're right. I don't know. But, bro, that was the old regime. So, that's what we used to do anyway. But that's what I'm saying. We didn't even look at his injury records when we looked at Mason Mount. So, you're right. It's probably not 85, but it's cool. Or 80, sorry. But it was still mad anyway. 100%. What you're saying is right, Pete. We should not have done that. That was crazy anyway. That's madness. Marcus Rashford, push for move. 200 likes. We need to get the likes more up, man. Get the likes more up. Algorithm. Bananas. Subscribe as well, man. Lewis, no thank you. What do you mean? Louise. Oh, Louise. That's on the page right now. Yeah. Say it, Neil. Yeah, I get you. 100%. That's because United, biggest club in London. Yeah, in England. 100%. I wouldn't be on it. 100%. Like I said to you lot, I'm with it. This is what we're talking about for context. There's a swap deal in the talks right now. Luis for Sancho. We want Sancho gone at all means. We don't mind how he goes, when he goes, but he has to go. You know them ones. We've got £25 million on his head. Pay us for 25 million, he goes. Or Luis could come, which is a baller. He's done good for Villa. He went to Juventus. I heard he's had a shit season, but he's a good player. He's done it in the Prem before. But the only thing is, like I said, and what Neil was talking about now is his injury record that was over there was crazy, mate. He missed 100 days with injury, and he missed 20 games. And this is in Italy. Italy's one of the slowest leagues in the world, mate. You've got 35 to 38-year-old defenders galore. It's not even like it's just one team, two teams. It's galore everywhere. Johnny Evans, all over the place. If he comes to the Prem with this record, what are we going to do with him? Because the Prem is more physical, more faster. Everyone's systems is running. Even if you're a counter-attack team, you've got to run. Brentford and that, they run. And Mbeumo and that, they have to run. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, wherever you go, this happened in one season, and it's different injuries as well. It's not even like it's the same thing over and over again. It's different ones. Hamstring. Hamstring can happen to anyone, of course. But muscle fatigue, muscular. Like, come on. So that's the thing I think we need to pre. And it happened with Mason Mount. Mason Mount, we didn't look at his injury record before. He had hip problems and all of this stuff. We didn't pre him. We spent 65 million. Obviously, this will be a swap deal, so it'll be free. But, mate, do you really want to take the chance? And like I keep saying to you, though, December, a lot of our players are going AFCON. So we need other players to step in. If Mbeumo comes in, he's going AFCON. Ahmad's going AFCON. Banana, Mazarawi. So everyone that's on the bench needs to play a role. Everyone can get a game this season. And we got some big games in that time as well, from December to January as well. So, yeah, man. I can't. So I'm with you, Neil. I'm with you. I don't want him just because of this. Before I saw this, I was like, what? Douglas Luiz, they used to play for Villa. Bring him. Then I saw this and I said, nah. We've got Luke Shaw, Mason Mount. We've had to deal with Martial in the past. Varane. Nah. I ain't got time for that, bro. So I hear you. I'm with you with that one. Man United's brief yesterday about Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, and Malacia asking to leave has not gone down well among the players. And I told you. What did I say to you lot? I told you lot, man. This is the metric community, man. You know I'm always real with you lot, man. I said to you lot, yo, this is not them saying this. They want to leave. They don't want to leave. This is the club pushing them out. Yo, you lot are not playing till you find a club. Boom, boom, boom. I said this. Come on, man. I told you lot. There's no way that they're all going up to the club and saying we want to leave. They want to sit down and get their check. But the club is saying they've informed us they want to leave to make it look a bit better for them. And who was that from? Some of whom dispelled the claim that they have asked for a move. See? Athletic certified. Told you. Man United, love for that. You always come true. Appreciate you every time, man. Appreciate you, bro. Indeed, and Edison might work. Nah, Bruno's going to play every game, Tomilo. Bruno's the captain. Amrim loves him. Portuguese, obrigado. He loves him, bro. So he's going to be captain CM. That CM spot is Bruno's. So no one else ain't going in there. Get Angelo Stiller. Yeah, I heard he's a baller, but I don't know if he's intensive, though. He's like a Zubamendi type of like he's good with the ball and he takes good shots and that, but I don't know if he's gonna be running up and down. I ain't seen him that much. I've just seen little comps of him. So I don't know. We're not linked with him though. We ain't been linked with him once. Time to ask Bayern Munich if Barcelona mess up the Rashford deal. I reckon Rashford will come in. It says there, if you look at the last document here where it says _sir, yeah, the last one on the right, it says Man United. Marcus Rashford is awaiting a call from Barcelona. He has received other significant offers and can't wait long. So Bayern Munich is definitely in there. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you look at the last details, it says, look, on the bottom one, Mundo Deportivo, again, the reliable Mundo Deportivo, it goes, both Bayern and Barca have the same 3 players on their radar. Nico Williams, Marcus Rashford, and Luis Diaz. So Bayern is definitely involved in it. Do you understand? But look at that. Even for Bayern, Nico Williams just signed a new deal. Luis Diaz ain't for sale. Remember, Bayern Munich went in for Luis Diaz about 3-4 days ago. And they said, nah, he's not for sale. So it's not just the Barca, it's the Bayern as well. They're saying he's not for sale for everyone. So literally, he's the last person left on both of their lists. Bayern's list, they've got him, and Barca. So fuck knows, mate. And Mbeumo deal today, I don't know about Mbeumo deal. Basically, Ben Jacobs, I played the video. He basically just said, it's very close. Look, we broke it down a little bit. He said, look, the deal is really just about the structure, the add-ons, and it's very close. And my expectation it gets done, whether that's today or tomorrow. And he basically broke down why it was taking a bit long and the rumors about, basically Brentford was trying to use that rumor about the 70 million bid as it's true. They're saying to Man United, Tottenham have bid is 70 million. So we're all sitting there saying, Tottenham have bid is 70 million. Why do you accept it then? They don't want to accept it because there's no 70 million bid. It was just an easy story to start. Thomas Frank's gone there. Yeah, let's start a story. That's it. So he basically just broke it down and just spoke about it. And Fabrizio just said the same things that he always says. Man United are focusing on Mbeumo, blah, blah, blah. They're closing. You know these words they say? Closing in, exploring, keen, optimistic, very close, near. Oh, bruv. These wording, bruv, is crazy. Newcastle United to sign James. Yeah. Boy, if they sign Elanga, we got a thing anyway on that. We've got a sign-on fee, so cheers. Mark Goldbridge, we are chasing Victor Osimhen. Mate, Mark Goldbridge, I don't know about Mark Goldbridge, mate. I don't watch his stuff, but this is what Fabrizio is saying about Osimhen. He's not said nothing about Man United, mate. So I don't know what Mark Goldbridge has heard. But he said at the moment, there's no breakthrough in Victor Osimhen's future. Al Hilal and Galatasaray continue working to sign the Nigerian striker. Juventus have also made contact in recent weeks. Al Hilal and Galatasaray remain in the race. So listen to this. Not one English team is in the race for Osimhen. So that tells you already that the wage is too crazy. I don't know what's going on with Turkish teams these days, but they've got a lot of money for wages. Fenerbahce just paid for Duran's whole wage, 310k a week from Al Nassr. Does he come from Al Nassr? Yeah, Al Nassr. So Fenerbahce can do that. Fenerbahce, remember, Jose Mourinho spoke to Sancho on the phone and said, we'll take all your whole wage. Come. And he said, I don't want to leave the top 5 leagues. So they've got some money over there in like Galatasaray, the Turkish leagues, for wages. And they have to attract players somehow, innit? Let's be real. Al Hilal already went in for Osimhen, and Osimhen said no. So if he said no to them because of their wages, and Al Hilal, we already know Saudi clubs offer the most money ever. I don't know what they're offering him, mate. No one in Europe can match that. We're not even linked with him. Arsenal are linked with Sesko, Gyökeres, and Watkins as the third option. We are linked with Gyökeres, Watkins, Ekitike. Do you know what I'm saying? No one is linked with Osimhen, like proper linked with him where it's coming out every minute. No, it's not happening. He wants too much money. That's what's going on with him. It's crazy. Rashford won't wait long. What do you mean he won't wait long? For what? He has to wait. He has to wait because they're putting Luis Diaz first. Luis Diaz is the plan A. He's plan B, bro. He has to wait. He's got no choice. That's the situation with Rashford. It's peak, man. They don't want him, man. It's sad. It's sad because it's a deal to do right now. You could just do this right this second. He's taking a pay cut. Luis Diaz ain't for sale. Nico Williams has got a new contract. So it's perfect. 40 million. Is that it? Nico Williams going to be 50 million. Luis Diaz going to be about 70. I don't know, man. It's a mad one. It's crazy. Victor issues wages. Yeah, his wages are too mad. They're slowing him down. But remember, some people just want the money, innit? So Victor might be just on some money thing right now. Who knows? But that's the situation, man. It's mad. Is there any more? I swear there came out some news about Highland as well yesterday. I don't know how true it is. Obviously, we all heard what happened with Partey as well. Safe. Joke, man. Idiot. Arsenal went mad with that one, the way they covered that one up as well. This is like Cunha yesterday as well. He's took the number 10. That's his top now. And Ben Jacobs basically said, Matheus Cunha requested the number 10 shirt. He is the kind of player who wants to be a protagonist and shoulder the pressure of wearing the number. I'm going to go to Old Trafford, put the number 10 on my back, and take us back to where we want to go. That's what he's showing. Main character syndrome. Yeah, Cunha respectful of the fact that when he joined Man United, it was still Marcus Rashford's shirt. But Marcus Rashford and Man United came to because obviously Rashford knows he's going to leave. So it's cool, no problem. So exit viewed as suiting all parties. Rashford wants Barcelona. And then obviously Fabrizio just spoke and said, yo, Man United also confirmed Rashford's representation 24 hours before. It's definitely over between United and Rashford. Rashford dreams of Barcelona move as his priority. And as you lot have seen, I don't think they're dreaming of him, mate. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But Cunha's the new number 10. He wants the weight on his shoulders. He wants to show us what's really going on. And even when he first came and he said, people think I'm crazy for going to Man United, like you will see, hopefully, we can know, innit? We can see the love that he supported us since he was young, etc. So, yeah, man, big up Cunha. It's going to be exciting to see what he brings. Cunha's a dope player. Obviously, when you come to United, everyone just thinks you're going to fall off, you're going to be shit, blah, blah, blah. But come on. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, so big up Cunha, man. Cunha and Mbeumo are going to be serious signings, man. I don't think people are really, understanding what we're signing. When I put the stats up the other day, that's when people started saying, rah, we're really signing, proper things. Proper players, in the Prem. Remember, our last 3 players that we signed in the Prem were Harry Maguire, Mason Mount, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. This is what we're dealing with now. This is what we're dealing with. And none of them were in their prime. Harry Maguire was never meant to be 80 million. We should have never signed him for 80 million. We just got bumped. Obviously, the old regime, whatever, but cool. We're actually signing players now in their prime for the first time. You know, we don't do these things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man United don't do this. So when the man came in the chat yesterday and said Ineos are worse than the Glazers, you've gone mad. You can't be saying that. You understand? Obviously, I say they're not doing a good job with cutting all these people that are going to the games and all of them mad stuff. Ticket prices is crazy. But transfers, mate, we're on a different level, bro. Come on. This geezer's on a different... This is what we're on now. And you got to remember something, bro. Our whole attack last season, Højlund, Xerxes, Ahmad, and Garnacho, all 4 of them, 21 goals in between them. And Mbeumo scored 20 goals by himself. This is what we're dealing with, brothers and sisters. This is what's going on. Yeah, and then we got Cunha there with 15 goals, 6 assists in 33 matches. And I don't think you lot are praying this about Mbeumo. Look at that, 38 matches. That's Bruno Fernandes numbers. He played every single game. This is what I'm saying, bro, man. Man are not understanding what we're doing here. They're changing it up. We're going for prime. All this, we're going to bring in young boys and resale value. Forget about all that, man. We finished 15th. Let's go for prime right now. Let's go for players that are doing it now in this league. Remember, we bought Anthony, we bought Højlund. Everyone was saying what? Oh, give them a year, give them 6 months, blah, blah, blah. That's what it was. You got to wait for them to basically adapt, start speaking the language, blah, blah, blah. Bro, Cunha and Mbeumo, I'm not saying they have to hit the ground running, but they could. It might take them 2-3 weeks because of the system, etc. But, mate, they're already in the Prem and they're doing it in the Prem. The Skeezer scored 20 goals. 5 of these goals were penalties. Only 5. Yeah, 15 goals open play is crazy. And you're playing for a team like Brentford that's meant to be defending all game. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is what we're dealing with now. We've switched it up. Giving me thing, man. And people was telling us to walk away at 62.5 million. Walk away. Look at the geezer stats differently. Look at these goals and everyone he's played as well. Everyone he's played. It's not like he's just scoring against the big teams on counter-attack or he's just scoring against the little teams. He's scoring against everyone. He just didn't score against like 4 teams. This geezer's on a different team. Bryan Mbeumo new update. Where's it come out of? Where does it come from? Bryan Mbeumo and midfield, how already made. If we get these both, we need a ST and a goalkeeper. I would recommend Moise Kean. Moise Kean is trash. I don't really rate him. Junior, you know. I don't think he'll fit the system. I think them man, they're like loans, you know, like last minute ones. Like, oh, we can't get our players. Come, Moise Kean, come. You know, like that. I think he's like them type of players. He's not, we don't prioritize him. No way. Like one Inter Milan. Any new update? No, just a video, Kevin, on from what's his name? Ben Jacobs.
They'd ideally like to get Bryan
Mbeumo. I've played it a few times, but basically, yeah, it's just a video about Ben Jacobs. He's basically broke it down and just said the deal is just about the structure, really. The add-ons is very close. You know what? You know what I'm going to do for you, Kevin? Just as I'm leaving, I'll play the video for you so that you can see it. And whoever hasn't seen it, you'll see the video at the end as I'm leaving. So I'm going to go through a few of these things. Let's just go through Mbeumo quickly so I can show everyone what we're dealing with. And I'll play the video on the way out so you lot can see what Ben Jacobs said. But listen, mate. Make sure you lot hit the like button as well, man. You lot are not hitting up the like button. You lot are not subscribing. Come on, man. We do this for you lot every day. Every day we're here. All the Man United fans, make sure you're here. You're hitting up the subscribe button because this is just the beginning. I told you, lot. Matchday vlogs, match previews. When the season starts, it's going to go crazy. We're doing everything. Right now, it's just transfers. We're going to get into the rest soon. You can go on my old video. You see all the Matchday vlogs. Leon, all the games. I'm there. Videoing, the goals are going in the net, etc. So make sure you stick about, yeah? Make sure you subscribe, and hit the like, man. We do this for you like every single day, 3 times a day. All the news, you come here first, is here. And I give it to you where you can see it and you make up your own mind. Do you understand? But yeah, mate, striker. Yeah, I want someone proven. You see, Gyökeres or Osimhen, if we go out and got Gyökeres, no one would say anything to that. Even if it flopped, no one will blame Ineos. Because you'll say, you know what, this geezer scored the most goals in the world. We understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to get goals. You've looked at the goal scoring thing. We've gone in there and got Cunha and then Mbeumo. We want goals. We've gone on the top leading goal scorers, chow, and took 2 players. And look, even Ollie Watkins is in there. So if we was to get him, you would see what they're trying to do. You'll see what they're trying to cook. You understand? Mbeumo's in there. Cunha's in there. So we see what you're trying to do. So if you went and got Gyökeres and he scored the most goals in the world, we get what you're doing, bro. All right, no problem. If you go and get Osimhen and he scores goals galore, we get what you're doing. Do you understand? But if you go and get someone like Moise Kean, you're saying, bro, that's madness. We get Moise Kean and he flops. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be like, bruv, you're doing another Highland. You've gone and done a little project thing again. So you have to go and get someone thing, bro. Have to. Premier League proven is what man need. I'm a sub-tier channel. Yeah, I know your thing, Kevin. I'm just saying in general, people need to subscribe. I know your thing, bro. Come on. 700. Come on, bro. Love for that, man. Appreciate it, man. 700. Appreciate all of you lot, man. We keep going. Yeah, we keep going. We're going to get there. Like I said, man, this is just the beginning. 3 times a day, I'm here for you lot all the time. All the Man United news, you'll see it here. Broken down. And Ollie Watkins is consistent. And also 40 million is still, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he does go games where he's like, he ghosts. He doesn't do much. But he can't do that at Man United. He can go 9 games without a goal. He can't do that at Man United. But like I said, 15 Premier League goals for 3 seasons in a row is an achievement. Not a lot of strikers do that. So you've got to big up Watkins for that. You get it? But look at this geezer on Mbeumo though, man. And everyone he scored against, man. Last season, man. This geezer's on a different. We need him. We cannot leave for 62 million. What is going on with Mbeumo deal? All right, Deborah. Give me about 2 minutes. I'm going to play the thing. I'm going to play the video for Ben Jacobs, innit? There's a few of you that have obviously just come in the chat. You probably think I've clickbaited it or something. I'm here talking about something else. Nah, I've got their Ben Jacobs video. I'm going to play it for you. You're not even going to see it in a second. Game, I love for that. Appreciate it, bro. Come on, man. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. 700 subscribers all in the space of like 2-3 weeks. So we've just been going hard, man. Every day we're here. We're giving you all the latest Man United news. So make sure you subscribe, man. All of you lot, man. We do this for you lot. I'm going to summarize the news and I'll play the video for you, for those that ain't watched it. Ben Jacobs news. So basically, Fabrizio, I played a video of him. He basically said about Gyökeres. He said, listen, all these rumors about it's advanced and all of that, basically forget about it. The sporting president has to set the price. Until he sets that price and says, I want 90 million for Gyökeres, or 80 or 70 or 60, whatever, no one knows what they want for him. So as soon as he sets that price, which will be very soon, Arsenal will obviously then evaluate, does this make sense? The agent fees, blah, blah, blah. Then they'll make the decision and then we will know. If they go for Sesko, then we can go for Gyökeres. He hasn't rejected us. He said it again. That was for Fabrizio's video. Yeah, really, I should put that video in and you lot can see it yourself. That one's a quick one. But, you know, I'll put it in so you can see it. But Rashford, anyway, I'll summarize the rest and I'll put the Fabrizio video and the Ben Jacobs. So Rashford, it's not looking good for Rashford, basically. Yeah? Let me just tell you that realness, because it's come out yesterday. Nico Williams signs a new deal for Athletic. Barca have shifted their thing because they had a list. Look at the bottom one. It says Bayern and Barca both got a list of 3 players that are on this list. And it was Nico Williams, Rashford and Diaz. After Nico Williams signed a new contract, he's off the list. They've said, listen, Barca's alternatives are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. On the 5th of June, Ornstein already told us that Liverpool do not want to sell Diaz. So it already came out on the 5th of June, a whole month ago. But look at this now. This is where it gets crazy. So a month ago, Ornstein's already told us they don't want to sell him. Fabrizio's come out yesterday and said, Barca are planning a new approach for Luis Diaz in the next weeks because the deal's off. So we're sitting there now and saying, what the fuck is going on? Like, they've already told you lot he's not for sale, but you're planning on going back for him now. Liverpool have already closed the doors to both Barca and Bayern in recent weeks. Not an easy one. Why is it not easy? Because he's not for sale. Mundo Deportivo, very reliable for Barca and Real Madrid. He's reliable. That's why he's got the yellow moon, yeah? It says Luis Diaz is Barcelona's plan A and Marcus Rashford is plan B. Rashford is ready to take a pay cut to join Barca. He's very keen on joining. But what's this? Luis Diaz's signing is complicated because Liverpool do not want to negotiate. But he's plan A still. Liverpool don't want to negotiate, but he's still plan A. Liverpool already closed the door to both Barca and Bayern, but he's still plan A. We're still going for him. We're still planning a new approach. It doesn't make no sense what they're doing. They're not rating Marcus Rashford. It's crazy. They're literally, it's in your face that this geezer's not for sale, and they're still saying, nope, we're going to go back. They've rejected the approach still a month ago, 5th of June. We don't care. We're going back there still. So I don't know what's going on. Obviously, clearly, they're not rating Rashford, innit? Like, because, mate, Rashford is the easiest dude to do. Look, Rashford is ready to take a pay cut. He's on £40 million. Nico Williams is 58 million euros, which is £50 million. Diaz is going to be about 70 million, 65. Rashford is the cheapest. He's taking a pay cut. He's ready now to be sold. Man United want to sell him. He wants to go. It's the easiest deal to do. They could do that deal today. All they got to do is call Rashford. You want to take a pay cut? No problem. Here's the money. Bam. But, mate, you can see what's going on. They're not really rating him. They want Luis Diaz. Liverpool's already said he's not for sale, and they're still sitting here and going crazy. So, I don't know, mate. So, that's the situation with Rashford. 5 million for Wilfred and Ndidi. This came out yesterday. Man United and Everton are working on a deal. I don't know what you lot think. Some people are saying 5 million is calm. He's had a bit of Prem proven. But who knows, mate? I don't really know what to feel about that. I think he's all right. But because we've been buying so much players this season that are going straight into the team, to have a player that goes straight to the bench is a bit, you know what I mean, for me? It's a bit weird. Fratesi, this is just a link. I don't really know much about him. I don't think he's all that. I've never heard his name too mad. When we watch Inter, they talk about Barella and that. They don't talk about him. So I think this might be just be a thing where they're talking about it and then it is what it is. John Victor was strongly linked with him yesterday. 4 sources all came out talking about him. So this is John Victor, Bowler VIP spoke about it. And then we had literally Andre Hernan spoke about it. Go Brazil, and then Sport Witness, they all saying the same thing about John Victor, that we're linked with him. So that's the situation with that. And then we had the Douglas Luiz swap deal. Obviously, Sancho's taking a pay cut now. Man United want 25 million or a swap deal. We don't really mind. I've told you that already. His injury record is terrible. That's the only thing that is stopping me from even rating him, is his injury record. If he didn't have that injury record, I think Douglas Luiz will be a good signing. Like he showed himself in the Prem. A lot of players don't come to the Prem and do well. They might just cut through. Like that's like Ndidi. Ndidi has been in the Prem. He had a good season 3-4 years ago. Now he's just cutting through. He's just like a Prem player, but he's not doing much. Douglas Luiz actually had a good season, but this is his record. His record is crazy. So I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll take him. A lot of you lot have said you wouldn't take him as well. He missed 20 games last season. That's an Italian league. Italian league is very slow. So if you're doing that in Italian league, what's going to happen when you come to the Prem? So it's a mad one for him. I'm going to play you lot Fab's video of what he said, and then I'm going to play you lot the Ben Jacobs ones for all of you that are asking what's the thing. And then, yeah, this is Fabrizio's.
We are having many rumors on a deal getting closer between Arsenal and Sporting as of tonight. I'm told that tonight, there are still no changes. Nothing has changed between Arsenal and Sporting for Gyökeres. There is no advanced conversation or advanced negotiation to get a deal done between clubs. We know that Gyökeres and Arsenal are in discussions, have been in discussions for weeks, because Gyökeres is one of the main targets for Arsenal this summer. But at the moment, still nothing has advanced between clubs. We know there is still this war ongoing between the agents of Gyökeres and Sporting to understand the final price of the player. And that's the point, guys. The price has to be clarified before Arsenal go to the table and try to close the deal with Sporting. So let's be patient. As of today, still nothing has changed. But Gyökeres remains a target for Arsenal, a topic for Arsenal. Then we will see how this conversation will go with Sporting. On Victor Gyökeres and Manchester United, also, guys, remember that the priority of Victor Gyökeres would be to go to Arsenal because of Champions League football, but he never rejected Manchester United. But what's the point for United? The price is really important for them, because now, as of today, their focus is on closing the Bryan Mbeumo deal as soon as possible. Man United are in the process for that. And then, in terms of budget, it's going to be important to understand how much they can spend on the striker, because it's also going to be important to understand what happens with Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho. All these players have to go. And so for Man United to understand how much they will get from these players, Anthony too is going to be crucial to understand the budget for the striker. Then,
so that's a situation with Gyökeres. He's basically just broke into it. We've got to sell these players, and then when we get the money, that's when we can go for a striker. I don't think we've got to sell all of them for a striker. It's depending on certain ones. So that's Fabrizio breaking it down about Gyökeres. This is the Ben Jacobs video. It's a bit more longer, but he speaks about the whole Mbeumo situation. So yeah, make sure you listen out. For everyone that's asking for it, this is the video. And let's get into it.
Sort of last Friday before pre-season starts. What's your latest understanding of the Mbeumo news?
Yeah, they're still in talks, and let's see what happens today or over the weekend, because Manchester United's expectation is the same, that they'd ideally like to get Bryan Mbeumo in time for when they return for pre-season on July the 7th. They're not going to be reckless or rash. It will be disciplined in the manner in which they try and get this over the line. But I think a lot was made of the rejected bid, but actually you take that 3 weeks between bid 1 and bid 2 to get it as close as possible to standing a chance of success. And when Manchester United bid number 1, they felt like it probably would be turned down, but it's starting a point when you can actually get into conversations. Then when the second bid was made, they felt actually that did stand a realistic chance of success. It was rejected, but in a very different way to the first one, because the parties immediately continued talking and finessing. And this deal is really just about the structure and the add-ons, and it's very close. And my expectation is that it gets done. Whether that's today or tomorrow, let's see. But remember, Manchester United's original expectation was to try and do the medical this week. We've still got a couple of days left, and to make sure that Mbeumo was in either for July the 7th or as close to that date as possible. And right now, it's just really about the payment structure, about the add-ons. And those add-ons are really important because Manchester United's bid was 55 million, a number in terms of the guaranteed fee relatively acceptable to Brentford, and then 7.5 million in add-ons. Cunha, remember, 62.5 million guaranteed, 3 installments because there was a release clause. So to get it to that same number, the add-ons have to be gettable, or Manchester United need to raise the guaranteed part and then maybe leave the add-ons as less gettable. And this is what's being finessed. So it's not just the number, it's the structure of the deal. And my understanding is the broad number, whether that ends up being 62.5 or 65 million, the broad number is acceptable to Brentford, but it's the structure of the deal, the payment terms, how gettable the add-ons are. And that is what they're discussing at the moment. And I'm expecting a breakthrough relatively soon.
What's your understanding of the story that was sort of surfacing a few days ago that during every and a lot of United fans who just want us to pay the asking price day one and not negotiate have kind of bit on this story, which is every time we go back to negotiate, Brentford essentially put the price up further. Is there any truth to that?
I don't think so. This 70 million number is not one that I've ever recognised from speaking to sources. And I think it was born out of the fact that Brentford wanted a bidding war, and shock horror immediately after Thomas Frank is appointed as the new Tottenham boss. Tottenham allegedly placed a £70 million bid, which allegedly meets Brentford's asking price. And yet, where was the acceptance if that was true? And there wasn't acceptance because my understanding is there simply wasn't a bid. Tottenham pretty strongly deny that they ever made that kind of offer. So I feel like Brentford, as you would expect in a negotiation, it's normal. It's nothing particularly surprising, trying to get the highest possible number. And to do that, they need a little bit of competitive tension. But I don't think Tottenham ever bid. We discussed this on the show a couple of weeks ago. Bryan Mbeumo only wants Manchester United, but clearly very welcome and beneficial to Brentford to be able to say, Mbeumo's old manager's now joining Spurs. Spurs are looking to strengthen in that position. It's absolutely true that Tottenham were interested in Mbeumo, but prior to Thomas Frank being appointed, Mbeumo had told all suitors that had approached him he only wanted Manchester United. So Manchester United have felt in control of this negotiation for quite some time, but they have to respect Brentford. And I don't think it's particularly abnormal or slow to go from bid one, way off, to bid two, not that far off, to bid three, get the deal done. It's pretty much mirrored the path of Anthony Elanga to Newcastle, where they bid once, it got dismissed out of hand. They waited a little bit, they discussed it. Yesterday, they bid 55 million. It's not instantly accepted, but as of last night, advancing and very close. And second bids and third bids, when you're still at the table, are usually quite encouraging, because you know if you're still talking, even if officially they've been turned down, that's the time when you start finessing and start to say, we're not that far off. And this is where Manchester United are with Mbeumo. So I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think Manchester United remain optimistic that this deal will get done sooner rather than later.
Come on, man. You don't see what's going on, man. All right, Harvey, love for that, my boy. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. This is not... Yeah, he's going mad. Adrieri's always coming in there with some Newcastle talks all the time. Junior, you preed it, innit? Like Man United, Newcastle, Arsenal. Yeah, so boom, basically what Ben Jacobs has said, I'll break it down again for those that just saw it. Listen, the deal is really just about structure. We're very close. The add-ons, and it's very close. But what it is, it's just the structure that's fucking it up. They don't want 7 million in add-ons, because add-ons are not 100%. They want, basically the 7 million we're offering add-ons, give it to us as part of the fee. So if we give them 60 million plus free, they'll be cool with that. It's just that we're telling them 55 million plus 7. Them 7 might be hard. It could be win a Ballon d'Or, Champions League. It might be certain things that they might not be able to reach. So that's what they're saying. It's just about the add-ons. It's very close. And my expectation it gets done, whether that's today or tomorrow. And then he basically just went on to talk about Jadon Sancho for 25 million. It's not seen as a bad price. Sancho just has to take a wage cut, which it seems like he's taking that for Juventus. We're saying stern on Marcus Rashford and Garnacho's price. Marcus Rashford, you're 40 million. We're not sending you on loan. Luis Diaz, Barcelona's going in for him. They're trying to pay the money for him. Nico Williams had a release clause. They wanted to pay the money for him. You can't loan a release clause. So these clubs want you. They have to come and pay the money. No loan, pay the money and you go. We're staying stern. We're making it clear. 40 million, no loans available. Garnacho, you're sitting there picking, I want to stay in the Premier League. I only want to stay in the Prem. No problem. Tell them to come and give us our 60 million for you then. That's what we're doing. So that's what he's letting them know, that Man United are staying stern right now. They're not having it. They're not going to sit around and take any bullshit, basically. So that's the situation with that, basically. And he just said, listen, the Tottenham bid stuff was a lie. It was all bullshit. It never really happened. Like, it's just easy to just make a story like that. But it never actually happened. So that's the situation with that. Yeah, man. It looks like it's going to happen. It's saying it's very close. Remember something as well, you lot. Ben Jacobs broke the bid. He's the guy that broke the whole bid. No one knew anything about Mbeumo's bid until Ben Jacobs. So he's got an insight to this that a lot of these people haven't. So from time he spoke and he said it's very close, we're going to have to just see what happens with that, hopefully. You get me? Big up on 700. Love for that, Harvey. Appreciate you, bro. My guy. Let me subscribe to you. Junior, appreciate that, bro. Love. Amadou Ananas. Yeah, I want Amadou. I want Amadou as the CM. I'll take Amadou there still. And he brings height and aerial duels as well. I would take Douglas De Reed. He did a great job at Villa. I said the same thing. He done a great job at Villa, went to Juventus, and now look at his body, mate. Look at his body in the slowest league ever. So you can think about 2 years ago, but what's happening now is what's important. Look at his body now from last year. Before that, he was clean. But now look, and then if you take him now, and if this is happening, and it's not even that physical in Italy, it's not even that fast-paced, what's going to happen? Do you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. My people, that make sure you like and subscribe, man. All of you lot, man. Like, subscribe. We're here every day for you lot, giving you lot all the United news. No one ain't doing it like this, man. People are taking day offs. We don't take day offs. We're here for you lot. Any news that comes up for Man United, we're here delivering it. Yeah? We're hitting it up for you lot. So make sure you like and subscribe. Big up yourself, Lou, man. In terms of Mbeumo, we should act like Real Madrid. He has 1 year left in his contract. Wait for 1 season. Yeah, but he's got 1 year left plus an option to extend, and that's the club. It's not him. If the options just extends that, they've got that in his contract, so they can just renew it for the 1 year. So basically, he's got 2 years. Do you understand? That's the situation, and I think we want to act now. We're not looking at no long thing. Legendary, love, bro. Who's going to sign Gyökeres? I don't know, man. It's a weird one. Like I said, we got to wait for the sporting president to come out and say what his price is. But Arsenal are working on it. So Arsenal might sign him. Who knows, man? But I don't really... I'm so tired of these strikers now that I can't even, like... I can't even bothered. You know what I mean? Like, as long as we sign someone in front of Mbeumo and Konya, I'm cool. Someone that scores goals. I wanted Gyökeres, but everything's getting dragged out so much. It's just getting boring. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But I'll take Gyökeres anyway. I want Gyökeres. Then Sesko, of course. Them sort of players at top class more suited. Ollie Watkins, midfield from Milan, midfield. I don't get that. The thing I like, that our data recruitment is exactly. It's massively improved. 100%. That man tried to say the Glazers are better than Ineos. Bro, you're going mad. Should be Osimhen and Mateta main targets. Yet we've preached neither. Osimhen's money is too mad. Look at this thing here, bro. 2 tiers in the bucket. Look at this thing here. Osimhen, no European clubs are even linked to Osimhen apart from Galatasaray. And like I said to you, I don't know what money they got over there in Italy because who's the team that took thing the other day? Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce is paying for Duran's whole wage, 310k for a straight loan. You can't even buy him at the end of that. So they got some money over there where they can spend money. But, mate, Osimhen, it's only Al Hilal, who is Saudi, and Galatasaray, the team that he's basically on loan from now. So, yeah, that's the situation. Mateta, he signed a new deal. Apparently, he's happy at Palace. But remember, let's see what happens with Palace and this Europe thing. They might not be able to be in Europa because of Lyon. So if they don't get into Europa, maybe we can sweep in and say, yo, we got something for you now. Because I think he wants to play Europa with them. He loves it there. I don't know. It's a weird one. Big up. Come on, man. I played the video for you, man. Of course I got you, man. But yeah, my people then, man. We're going to be back on later, man. Any news that comes or develops in that time, you know the deal. I'm going to be here for you lot. I'm going to show it. So make sure you've all liked. Make sure you've all subscribed. And make sure you lot all show up. I'm always here for you lot, man. I love all of you lot, man. Love to everyone that's been in the chat. Yeah, I'll see you lot all in a bit. Everyone have a great day, man.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. But for now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm